Jeremy. Hi. First of all, thank you guys all for being members. I haven't been to a happy hour in a while because I have usually on Friday afternoons I have my little three little adorable rugrats. And I hate to subject you all to them because one of me is enough for all of you to have like 3 or 4 more running around would be sort of overdose, I think. So it's really fun to be back at a happy hour at the NextSpace Santa Cruz. Thank you guys all for being members and being part of this crazy ongoing experience called NextSpace. I am really excited to be sponsoring Happy Hour today because I'm helping out with a really cool project. And as I said in the email that I sent out to the community earlier this week, it's a cool project for a lot of reasons. And I'm going to have the person who's responsible for the project tell you most of those cool reasons. But the one that makes me really proud is that was in large part inspired, or a small part, I'll say, inspired by this place, this community, and all of you and the work that you do individually and collectively to make great stuff happen in this community. And when I was kicking around some ideas with Jacob about 8 months ago or something like that, this sort of seed started to get planted in his head, and now he's really close to launching this thing called Digital Next that was some small way kind of born here, just like your website, some small way to be born here, right? Just like all the things that happen in this community that's part of this thing that's called the NextSpace effect. So, when Jacob asked me to help out with helping Digital Next get launched, of course, the very first thing I said was yes, absolutely. So here we are. I'm going to let Jacob talk a little bit about what the Nest is, why it's cool, why you should care about it, and then I'm going to be the closer at the end. And one of the things the closer does at the end is ask you to support the Jacob's project with your time and your passion, and also your money. So just so you know that's coming at the end, so be ready for it. Okay. So without further ado, I want to introduce Jacob Martinez. Come on up here, Jacob, you get the spotlight. I'm going to hold it back. I got to know Jacob a couple of years ago, and we were both NextSpace winners. He is got a, oh, sorry. You get a picture. And Jacob's been involved in the community around the county, here as well as in Watsonville with youth empowerment, youth education. That's sort of what his vocation, his passion has been. And he's got a really cool idea for how to amp that up in our community. It's called Digital Next. To tell you all about it, Jacob Martinez.
So thanks everybody for coming out and just taking some time to hear about the Digital Nest. So I've been doing work in this community for the past 10 years, really around providing equal opportunities for youth that don't have those same opportunities as we would expect for our own children. It was back in early October where I was walking around the Watsonville Farmers Market where I saw a youth sitting with a cold knife. I saw a youth sitting outside of the Cabrillo College office in Watsonville on her laptop plugging away. And as I approached her, I recognized her as one of my former students. So she was one of my students when she was a 6th grader in middle school out there, and now she was a freshman at Cabrillo College. And I went up to her and asked her what she was doing sitting outside Cabrillo. Cabrillo was closed. So what are you doing sitting out here? What are you working on? She said, well, I'm actually doing a research paper for one of my classes, but I don't have internet at home, and so I have to sit outside Cabrillo to access the internet. Because she's a student there, so she could access the network. And that really hit me. And at that moment, I was just thinking, like, here I've been doing all this work for years, trying to uplift our youth, and no matter what I did, she's still hitting this barrier in terms of what she could do. And what she could do for her career and for her life. And she was actually pursuing a CS program. She wants to be a computer scientist. She wants to transfer to UCSC. So she's very tech savvy, very motivated, one of my top students, but yet still hitting this barrier in terms of access. At the same time, I was reflecting on a lot of the things that I've done over the years, and one of the things that we've always done is take students out to tech companies. We were one of the first groups to take students to Google. So there I was with 45 middle school, predominantly Latina girls sitting at Google, where this was back close to 10 years ago. And from that first trip, and we've done countless others to Facebook, to Yahoo, to Cisco, to Martinez. Every time we're coming home from those field trips, all those kids are like, that's where I want to go work. I want to to still be a lawyer, but I want to do it at Google, or I want to be a lawyer from Mozilla, right? And so when that experience, that grow up Cabrillo, those previous experiences of the spaces kind of hit me around this idea of why are we continuously creating computer labs that are typically rows of computers in these stale environments where the teacher stands up front, doesn't foster collaboration, because they're just kind of confined to their desktop. Why are we still doing that when there's such a demand to inspire our youth? And when these workplace environments like NextSpace have been working to spark creativity and drive innovation. I met with Jeremy for coffee shortly after. I said, Jeremy, I got this idea. What if we take computer labs and create like a NextSpace for them, right? We create NextSpace for youth ages 12 to 24. He said, Jacob, it's a great idea. And I flushed out some more things with him. And we started moving forward with this idea. This is back in October. So the Digital Nest is a youth technology center. It's going to be located in Watsonville, but this is a tech solution for the entire region. This is not a Watsonville specific project. It's just based in Watsonville. Whereas youth walk in, they get handed a fully loaded laptop. Adobe has already committed all their software to me. Microsoft has committed software to me as well. Cruz is providing all the internet. So they come in, they get a fully loaded laptop, they can decide where they want to sit, just like NextSpace. We're doing education, so lynda.com has committed all the licenses that I need to teach online learning.
Nice.
And then we're also looking to bring in local professionals into the space to teach classes and teach everything from a one-day workshop on how do you interview for a job, or how do you write a resume, to a week-long course in game design. And one of the person from Zynga is actually going to be hosting a workshop for us at Nest. So education is the second thing. The third thing is just creating more safe space for youth. And the fourth thing is this economic development piece where as we're building these kids' skill sets, we're going to be contracting them out to small businesses and organizations to help these businesses and organizations come up to the 21st century at a very low cost. Doing a few things with that, we're providing jobs for youth, and we're also helping these small businesses get a place and to build community economic development. My long-term vision for this space to open up multiple centers around the country. We've already had some interest from Santa Cruz to open up one, Salinas, and we actually got some contacts from Florida who wants one up out there. But the idea is that when your businesses grow and you need employees, you come to the Digital Nest to attract talented, diverse youth that are inspired and engaged to build. So I'm really excited to be here. Like Jeremy says, it was this space that kind of inspired the vision that I had for it. And we need people to come out and support. We have a lot of people supporting us. Jeremy's an advisor on it. Edgar helped design the logo. Matthew's an advisor on it. Bud Colligan's an advisor. Hillary Bryant. Karina Cervantes, the mayor of Watsonville's on our board. We have the Martinez families up on our board. So a really diverse group of people behind this thing. Darren Cadis is helping us with a few things over at Plantronics. So I would just really want to engage you all in helping us. We think it's going to have a big impact in this community. So we need your help by volunteering to come in and teach some classes. And again, it can be everything from how to translate documents to programming, right? Or music, it can be anything. And so we need help in those regards. To help us spread the word, we're on our website is digitalnest.org. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And then also we have a matching donation of $100,000, but we need to raise $200,000 by December. We're halfway there. We got $45,000 from the Community Foundation and $30,000 from Packer Foundation. So we're about $100,000 there. We need to raise another $100,000. The money you contribute today will support Jeremy's cause, and he's helping to raise the money to buy all the furniture for the space. So your money will go directly toward purchasing of furniture, and only that. So support us, and thank you.
Will you tell a little bit, Jacob, about kind of how fast this project has advanced, and kind of what your timeline is for actually flinging the doors open?
Yeah.
It's been pretty remarkable, I think, the speed we've gone from October, hey, I got this idea, to tell them the timeline.
We literally had coffee October. We met with venture capitalists back in December. He said, great, I love your vision. I just want to see a business plan. I didn't know I needed a business plan for a nonprofit. So I quickly go aboard and we went online and searched how to write a business plan. got that going. Editor came on board early on to help with the design work. We started building a board in January. June 15th, I went half-time at my current job to focus half-time on the Nest. We have a space. Nielsen Architects, Tim Marie and Christian's firm, are doing all the design work.
Oh, their NextSpace.
Yeah. So, they're doing the whole design. Looks amazing. I got some pictures too. And then we're hoping to open doors mid-September to late September. So less than a year, we went from concept to get raising all the money, or not all the money, but we're on a good pace, and to having kids start coming in. You know, I had an informational meeting to recruit kids. We had 40 kids show up, and it was just published via Facebook. Over half were girls. The youngest was 13, the oldest was 24. We had a kid from Santa Cruz High, a kid from Harvard High, kids from UCSC, CSUMB. We had the president of the Cabrillo College Student Association that doesn't have a computer, doesn't own a computer. He showed up because he needs access. And two freshman girls came up to me afterwards and they said, you know, thank you for doing this. They said, we didn't know there were so many kids involved in tech. They said, we were afraid to tell our other friends because we didn't want to think we were nerds.
Nerds rule the world.
Yeah.
I didn't start as a nerd.
Yeah. We all end up there, Chris.
So yeah, so that's, I mean, the youth need it, and they want it, and they're ready. And so I think all of you in this room are kind of the people right ahead of them in terms of knowing what you've all gone through to get to where you're at, and the supports that you might have needed as you were younger. So I'm just asking you today to kind of get kindness on that and support us.
Eric,
I just had a question about how the kids participate. We all pay membership here, so how's that going to work? And how do you know, is there a certain number of seats and what happens?
Good question. So we are going to charge youth if they want to just come and get access, because when I started thinking about this, I instantly envisioned about 40 middle school boys in there on Minecraft, YouTube, and Pandora, right? That's like the extent of it. So if they come and do that, it's going to charge them $3 per hour. But all the workshops are free, and then you get, if you take a 2-hour workshop on, let's say, using how to write a resume, you get 2 free hours of credit for access. So as long as you're learning, you get free access. Same as if you go on Lynda, you can show us what you've learned on Lynda, and you get a free hour of time for every video you watch on Lynda. So it's free, but it's free if you're learning and if you're creating. Yeah.
How are you staffing it?
So we're staffing it with, I have a program manager that I'm bringing on board. She's a former UCSC grad, really amazing woman. And then I'm the executive director. And then all of our front end staff are going to be hiring through work study to help us be the front end staff and kind of be support. But all the classes are going to be mainly taught by volunteers that come in and want to give a couple hours once a month or every other month or whatever it is.
Have you thought about expanding to, like, when I went to Johns Hopkins University, I worked at the digital media lab, which was a huge part of my entire college experience. And one of the best things about the lab was you could go in and rent video equipment. You could also do a lot of high-end printing. Have you guys, is that part of your plan long term?
Yeah. So our vision is, if a youth comes in and says, Jacob, I want to do digital filmmaking, I need a camera, I need this software. Yeah. It's our job as an organization to remove those barriers and get it. We're actually meeting with GoPro in a few weeks. They're going to be contributing a bunch of cameras. Plantronics has already committed all the headsets. So exactly that. You know, we want to break down barriers and allow youth to be creative and to create.
I bet Smith Micro will be happy to contribute their programs as well for animation, poser, that kind of thing.
That's
stuff. Yeah.
Opportunity, like connections like that or ideas like that is exactly where we're at with
I'm
this.
on board.
That's what we need. Yeah.
I was going to say, I put up the website on the computer over there, and also you have cards, or I can put out a little sign-up sheet if people want to put their emails down, like contact you, or however you want to do that.
I have cards, I also have one-pagers, so I can have those. Those actually have little images of what the space is going to look like too, so if you want to check that out. Yeah.
So I have a couple of very specific asks for you guys right now. First of all, pretty impressive, right? I mean, this is the world that they're growing up in, this is the world they're going to be walking into professionally. That was a big eye opener for me, and a really kind of powerful statement in the story he told right at the beginning about this kid who's so eager and so desperate, quite frankly, to be connected to her world, has to sit outside at Rio College to get a Wi-Fi signal. That's a mind-blowing story. So breaking down that barrier is just huge. So thanks for opening my eyes for sure to that. So a couple of really specific asks. Get the word out. That's the number one thing. So I want everybody to get a picture with them and I Invest in the Nest. And by the way, is this image awesome? Have you noticed that these are kids with laptops and cameras and phones hanging out in a strawberry field?
Those are kids that came to our orientation, middle schooler, a UCSC student, and a couple high schoolers.
It's just an amazing image for, I think, what our broader community is in this county and in this region. This is sort of a beautiful marriage of ag and tech. So I thought that was really inspiring and something to definitely kind of pay close attention to. So get your picture with I Invest in Us, Twitter, Facebook, get it out there just so more and more people know what that is. The second thing is to actually invest in the nest. We have the green vase of love up here for anywhere from $1 to whatever you want to contribute. Look at that, Chris.
20.
Thank you, Chris. And there's also, so that's the second thing. First thing is get your picture taken, post. Second thing is throw anywhere from a penny to $1 million in there.
$1 million.
Also go to the website, which Jacob has. It's a fundly.com website. And NextSpace Inc. is going to match 2-1, whatever the NextSpace community contributes. We're looking for $10,000 total to do this piece of the fundraising. We already have $25 came in from Dusty Nelson, who's a member, who some of you know. And then don't forget, you guys, your money is really important, don't get me wrong, but also there are things that all of you have that Jacob needs. For example, Kat Johnson, who's a member here, said, look, she writes about NextSpace, for example, and other shared workspaces for Shareable Magazine and a couple of other online outlets. Hey, I'll write a blog post about these guys. If you need any kind of half-baked legal work, I mean, Ian is there and he's already offering to help. By half-baked, I mean so all of you, right? If you want really expensive, right? It's got the other really right, lawyers in the back. So all of you can contribute right now today in a financial way, but also along the way. Hey, I can teach an hour-long course on this, or I can show up and help out with that. So again, this is something that we all do all day, every day inside this space and inside this community is what makes NextSpace special. And now Jacob's giving us an opportunity to sort of expand this out into the broader community. So with that, get your picture taken. I've already got mine taken with my kids. It's going up on Facebook as soon as I'm done here. I'll start passing this around. Put a few bucks in the green vase of love. And remember, NextSpace things match 2-1. So you just cost me $40 over there. Grace, yes?
So is there a place to actually give money online?
Yes.
And how do we match it up to NextSpace? Is there a way of doing that online?
So donate to Jeremy's campaign. Jeremy's name's on there.
Okay, great.
For the furniture, and all your money will be restricted to buying furniture. And we're a nonprofit, so it kicks you back a 501c3 or 501c3 number, through your taxes and all that good stuff. So, yeah.